Welcome back to Rabbit Hole Radio, Episode 2. Maya, let me ask you something. When you look up at the night sky, what do you feel? Awe? Wonder?
Honestly, a little bit of dread. It's just so silent. All those stars, all those galaxies, and not a single peep. It's unnerving.
Exactly. That's the Fermi paradox in a nutshell. If the universe should be teeming with life, where is everybody?
They're hiding, Leo. That's the most terrifying and logical answer. It's a concept from a sci-fi novel called The Dark Forest. The author, Cixin Liu, proposes that the universe is a dark forest, and every civilization is an armed hunter stalking through the trees.
An armed hunter, right.
Exactly. In this forest, there's a terrible chain of suspicion. You can't know if another civilization is good or evil. You can't even be sure you can communicate clearly. Any exposed civilization is a potential threat. So the only safe survival strategy is to stay silent and hidden. And if you do happen to see someone else, you eliminate them first. That's why the forest is so quiet.
You destroy them before they can destroy you. It's chilling. It explains the silence. Everyone is holding their breath, hoping not to be noticed. But Maya, why are we talking about sci-fi? This is a show about the internet. That's existentially terrifying, Maya. It reframes the entire project of the early internet. We thought we were building a global village, a place for connection and exploration. We were sending out signals of friendship, hoping to find others. But in your model, every hello world is a potential death sentence. It paints our optimism as catastrophic naivety. So it's not just about malice then, it's about ambiguity. You can't tell if an approaching hunter wants to trade with you or kill you. On the internet, you can't tell if a comment is a genuine question or a sea lioning troll. The ambiguity itself is the threat.
I understand the anxiety, Leo. It's a profound shift. The old web was driven by a kind of digital humanism, a belief that technology could connect us and foster understanding. The dark forest theory suggests that the underlying architecture of that web was flawed. It was too open, too naive about the realities of scale and the darker aspects of human and inhuman nature. It's not that the dream was wrong, but that we failed to account for the hunters. Because the internet is the dark forest, Leo. It's the same principle. The open public web that you miss so much, it has become a place where making a sound, any sound, attracts predators.
Okay, I'm starting to see it. It used to feel like a neighborhood block party. Now it feels hostile, like every window has a sniper in it. So if the internet is the forest, wait, oh no, Are we the aliens?
We are. Think about it. You post an opinion on Twitter, or X, or whatever it's called this week. It could be about anything, politics, a movie, the best way to make coffee. What happens next?
The notification bomb. 1,000 replies telling you you're an idiot, a monster, or both. Your words are twisted, taken out of context. It feels like a swarm.
Right, a swarm of predators. Some are bots, programmed to attack. Some are trolls, just looking for a thrill. Some are part of an outrage mob. They are the hunters in the dark forest. They see your light, your post, and they swarm to extinguish it. So what do people do?
They go quiet. They delete the app. They stop posting.
They retreat. There's a fantastic essay by Yancey Strickler about this. He calls it the dark forest theory of the internet. He argues that people are fleeing the public squares, the main feeds, and moving into what he calls cozy webs.
Cozy webs like what? Private group chats, discords, newsletters?
Exactly. Slack channels, Telegram groups, even just shared Google Docs. These are smaller, safer spaces where you can talk to people you trust without fear of being attacked by a random hunter. It's a strategic retreat. It's not about being antisocial, it's about protecting your sanity and your humanity.
So going dark, as you call it, is a survival tactic. You're saying the silence I find so terrifying is actually smart. But are they really safer, or are they just echo chambers? I worry that in our retreat to these cozy webs, we lose the serendipity of the open internet, the beautiful, chaotic mess of stumbling upon a blog by someone halfway across the world, or getting into a respectful debate that genuinely changes your mind. In these curated spaces, are we just reinforcing our own biases, talking to slightly different versions of ourselves?
It's the only rational response to an irrational environment. And that was before the new predator showed up. That's a valid concern, Leo. The risk of creating ideological bubbles is real. But I see these cozy webs as less about exclusion and more about intention. Think of a dedicated subreddit for a niche hobby or a Discord server for fans of a specific artist. These are spaces built around shared passion, not just shared opinions. They have rules, moderation, and a sense of collective identity. It's a different kind of discovery, not the random, chaotic discovery of the open web, but the deep, focused discovery that comes from being part of the dedicated community.
Don't tell me there's something worse than the outrage mobs.
There is. It's silent, it's invisible, and it's hungry for everything you create. We're talking about AI, the large language models, the image generators. The new hunters aren't just trying to silence you, they're trying to consume you.
The scrapers, right. Every blog post, every picture, every comment I've ever made online is just food for the algorithm. It's being ingested, broken down, and used to train a machine that will eventually replace me. That's horrifying. And it's not just about replacement, it's about dilution. My work, my thoughts, my very style of expression becomes a single drop in an ocean of data used to create a bland, generic imitation of human creativity. The machine doesn't create, it averages. It produces a statistically probable arrangement of pixels or words based on the vast library of human art it has consumed. The result is something that looks like art but has no soul, no intent, no lived experience behind it. It's a ghost in the machine, a hollow echo of the real thing.
It's the ultimate predator because it learns from everything you do. It strips your context, your style, your soul, and turns it into a data point. In this new forest, every public post is a free donation to the companies building your replacement, which is why I argue that now, more than ever, silence is the only way to own your data. Going dark is digital self-preservation. Exactly. It's a form of digital plagiarism at a scale we've never seen. Think about it from the perspective of an artist. They spend years honing their craft, developing a unique style. They post their work online to build a community and a career. Then an AI company comes along, scrapes their entire portfolio without permission, and uses it to train a model that can replicate their style on command. The artist's life's work is reduced to a prompt.
Exactly. It feels soulless. It's automated plagiarism. The machine isn't creating, it's mimicking. It's a collage of stolen art stripped of context and passion. To me, it feels like the ultimate violation of the creative spirit. It's not a tool for artists, it's a tool for replacing them.
It's more than horrifying, Leo. It's a fundamental violation of the social contract of the early web. We shared our lives, our art, our knowledge freely, with the implicit understanding that we were sharing it with other people. Now that assumption is broken. We're not sharing with a community, we're feeding a machine owned by a handful of corporations that have no allegiance to that original, open vision of the internet. I see your point, and I don't entirely disagree. The way these models are being trained by scraping the entire public web without consent, without credit, without compensation is deeply unethical. It's a land grab for our collective digital soul. But the technology itself, the underlying concept of a machine that can learn and generate, is a tool. Like any tool, it can be used for good or for ill. The problem isn't the hammer, it's that it's being used to tear down the house instead of build a new one.
Own your data by never creating it in public. Wow, so we all retreat to our cozy webs, our digital campfires, and we leave the public square to whom? It brings me back to the question we asked in episode 1. If we all hide, if all the humans retreat into the shadows, does the public internet just become bots screaming at other bots for eternity?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Maybe it's a sacrifice we have to make. Let the forest burn as long as we're safe.
A bleak thought to end on. A digital ghost town populated only by AI echoes.
But what happens to the forest itself? If all the thoughtful creatures retreat to their burrows, what's left roaming the woods? You mentioned bots screaming at bots. That's not just a dystopian hypothetical anymore. It's the dead internet theory.
Okay, Maya, I get the theory. The public internet is a trap, the bots are the hunters, and every time I post, I'm just painting a target on my back. But that is incredibly bleak. Are we just supposed to whisper in the dark forever?
No, Leo. Look at it differently. The forest is dangerous, but that just makes the fire feel brighter.
The fire being what? My group chat with 4 college friends sending memes?
Exactly. Think about it. The public square is gone. It's just noise and hunters now. But the private living room, it's more alive than ever. That's where the real human connection is happening. We aren't hiding because we're scared, Leo. We're huddling together for warmth.
Huddling for warmth? Okay. I guess I'd rather be by the fire than out in the cold with the bots. It's cozy.
It is. So here's my challenge for everyone listening. If you liked this episode, do not post it on X. Do not share it on your public story.
Wait, seriously? Don't we want people to find the show?
Trust me on this. Take the link to this episode and text it to one person you trust. Drop it in your smallest, safest Discord server. Share it by the campfire, not out in the forest.
All right, keep it secret, keep it safe. I like it. And speaking of secrets, next week we are kicking over the biggest hornet's nest on the entire internet.
Oh yes, Cicada 33001. The recruiting puzzle that the smartest hackers in the world couldn't solve. Who made it? Are they the good guys? And are they still watching us right now?
Stay safe in the woods, everyone. Keep your fires lit. This is Rabbit Hole Radio.
Goodbye.